Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about the recursive concept in Python. In the previous video we have learnt about the function in Python. So what is meant by a recursive function? We are going to learn in this video. So watch this video till the end, don't skip anything. First, let's see what is meant by recursion. Recursion is nothing but if a function call itself, then it is called recursion. A recursion is a common mathematical and a programming concept. It means that a function calls itself. The benefit of the recursion is that we can use the program in an efficient way using recursion. For that, I have given an example here. Look at this example. Here I have defined a function called named YouTube. So after this function, I have three statements inside this function as a normal statement, and the fourth statement is the recursive statement. That is, when I called this function inside my program, after executing this three statement, it will call this function itself. So this is the concept of recursion. Now let's move to the coding part and see what is meant by recursion. So I am opening the Python ideally. So now let's go and see the Fibonacci series. Now let's do the Fibonacci series in a normal way, not using the recursion, not confusing anything. In a direct way we are going to print the Fibonacci series. So for that you have to know what is meant by Fibonacci series first. First, suppose the first value is 0 and the next value is 1. So the third output should be the sum of the two previous inputs. That is, what is 0 plus 1? 0 plus 1 is 1. So what should be the next output? The next output should be 1 plus 1. That is nothing but 2. So what should be the next output? The next output to 2 plus 1. That is 2 plus 1 is nothing but 3. So what will be the next output? The next output, the sum of these two outputs. That is 2 plus 3 is nothing but 5. So this is the concept of Fibonacci series. Now we are going to code this series inside our program. For that I am assigning the value of a and b to be 0 and 1 respectively. So now a is assigned to 0 and b is assigned to 1. Keep that in mind. Now we are going to ask a value from the user, that is, how many ranges do you want to print the Fibonacci series? Because the Fibonacci series, we can do the Fibonacci series for n numbers. So we are asking the user to enter some ranges to be printed. I am getting the input, enter the range. So now after getting the range, I am printing the value of a, because the first output should be 0 and the next output should be 1, so that I am printing the value of a and b. Why I am printing the value of a and b in a different lines? Because in Python, a concept, there is no use of /n, that is, it is an escape sequence. Important concept, that is, it is also in Python, it is also in C program, but in Python by default when we are using a consecutive print statement, it will print in a next line. We don't want to use this escape sequence, that is the /n. In the new line the escape sequence is not required here because we are printing in a different lines. If you are printing in a same line, then you have to use it. For example, here I am using the escape sequence /n, and after that I have to mention a comma here, and after that b. This will also give me the same result as I am printing it in a next line like this. So both are same. So next, after printing the value 0 and 1, what should be printed? We should print the sum of 0 and 1. For that I am declaring another variable, f is equal to a plus b. Now what will be printed? 0 plus 1, that's 1 will be stored in f. Now we have to print the value f. So we got the first three outputs. For the fourth output, I need the value of a to be b and b to be f. Then only I can get the fourth output as a sum of the previous two outputs. So I am swapping the value variables a and b for a is equal to b and b is equal to f. So to get the output line by line, I am placing this 4 lines inside a for loop. For I in range, the range is entered by the user for 0 to n. So inside the for loop, I need the statements, tab spaced statements. So this is the Fibonacci series. Now if the user has entered the range 10, then first output will be 0 and the second output will be 1, and next the 10 outputs will be printed because the range is 10. So total there will be 12 outputs. See here, I will show you. I am running the program. I am storing it as the 11th program. See here, while I am running, it is asking the range. Suppose my range is 8 or 5. It has given 7 outputs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First let's check whether the output is correct or not. First we have 0 and 1, that is the value of A and B. Next we have printed the value F, that is 1. So the third output is also correct, obviously. Next we added the previous two results, that is 2 plus 1, it is 3. It is also printed. Then 3 plus 2 is 5, then 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is printed, but here we got 7 outputs, although I have given the range 5. To overcome this, I am starting here from not from 0, from 2. Now I am running the program, and now I am entering the range to be the same 5. Now 5 output is printed. So this is the Fibonacci concept using a direct method, and it is a simple algorithm behind it, a simple logic. So using this simple logic, we are going to use the same function, perform the same operation using the recursion. So let's move to the recursive coding part. For that I am opening a new Python shell. First let's check new file. Now recursive means we are defining a function. Let the function name may be Fibo. So let's define a function later. Before I am defining a function, I am getting the value of the same integer input, enter the range. Here I have got the value of n from the user. Now I need to use this n inside my program. So let's pass this n to the function Fibo of n. I will tell you why we are doing this later. I am capturing the n in a variable called u or y, any variable we want. So here we are using a simple logic. Wait, I will show you the logic. If y is less than or equal to 1, that is, if y is 0 or 1, it should return the number itself, that is y. Suppose if y is not either 0 nor 1, then it should return n minus 1, that is Fibo of y minus 1 plus the same Fibo of y minus 2. See here I have used the recursive concept because inside this function I am again calling the function 2 times and adding the result. So this is the recursive concept. After printing the output, I will explain you the recursion. For I in range, here I am using the same for loop 0 to n. Here I am not starting the value from 2 because here I am not assigning any variable to be 0 or any variable to be 1. In the previous we have assigned the values a and b to be 1, so that I have seen here I have started from 2 because I have already assigned the value of a and printed the 2 values. So only I have started it from 2. Hope you understand it. Next I am using the for loop, and here I am calling the Fibo function of I. So now I am running the program. Before running I need to print the Fibo of I. So only the output will be printed. I am printing the Fibonacci of I. So see here, first I value will be 0. First 0 will be go to this function. Then 0 is less than or equal to 1, it checks. So it return if the condition is true, because 0 is less than 1 obviously. So it returns 0. Then first 0 will be printed. Next the value of I is 1. Suppose the user has entered the range to be 5. Next the value of I will be 1. 1 is equal to 1, it is true, then it will also return 1. First the 0 is printed, next 1 is also printed. So what will be the next output? Next we are passing the value 2. Instead of this I, we are getting the value 2 and passing it inside this function. Now this if condition fails. Now this else block works. Now the recursion will work. Now I will explain it. Fibonacci of, now we are getting the 2. 2 minus 1 is what? 1. So here Fibonacci of 1 is printed, plus Fibonacci of 2 minus 2 is 0. So it is nothing but, while we are passing 2 inside this I, this means Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 0. Because 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 minus 2 is 0. So it is adding the previous two outputs, that is Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 2. See here. It is asking the range. Suppose I am giving the value 5. It is first the value 0 is printed as it is, because the first condition 0 is less than or equal to 1. Hence it is printed 0 itself. The next is also 1. 1 is less than or equal to 1. The condition true. Hence 1 is also printed. The next one we are printing using the recursive concept. That is, we are getting here 2. I of 2 is 2 minus 1 is 1 plus Fibonacci of 0. That is 0 plus 1 is 1. So in this way we have printed the Fibonacci series. So this is a recursive concept. So in this way we can use the recursive function in an efficient way. So today we have learned the concept recursion. Yeah, it is absolutely an interesting concept. So in the next video we will moving to the lambda function. The lambda function is a new concept in Python that is not involved in any other C programming languages. So we are going to see it in the next video. If you haven't subscribed this channel, subscribe this. Thank you for watching this video.